Alzheimer's protocol. 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 Alzheimer's protocol.
The OR token is not a security. The OR token is not a stock. It is a video game token and is used for in-game purchases in OR-supported websites, video games, and the ORForge NFT marketplace. No ownership guarantees a percentage of any ownership of OR Systems Inc., any video games, content, media productions, or other, until options are extended. OR Systems Inc. is a privately owned and operated organization that utilizes blockchain technologies and provides real-world value to the intrinsic video game currency. As such, please ensure you approach the OR token at your own discretion. No one involved in this video is a financial advisor.
Yeah, of course.
Yo,
What's
we're live.
up?
What's happening? Oh, look at Eric.
Jimmy,
Yeah,
Armando, Sean, gentlemen, how are you?
What's
up,
going
fellas?
on?
Eric, we thought we were going to be here.
70. 70.
Oh.
Not my favorite. Not my favorite episode.
No, I know which one's your
One
favorite.
more than my
We're past that.
We know which one's your
one
favorite.
more than my favorite. But
Hold
what
on,
can you do?
Armando, I just thought of something.
You made it to 70, though.
Yep, we have
70
there is an
episodes.
episode 4 you can look forward to, 169.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a ways away. But
That's like 2 years from now, but it's fine.
So, as you will see, we have somebody else with us. Sean will be observing us today. So,
Observing.
This is a check on our progress.
Check
here.
on-
Make sure we're doing things right.
Is it a check on learning?
Just going to check and
Before
make
we,
sure we're doing it right.
before we
Oh,
went
you
live, Sean did say, just pretend I'm not here. I'm just going to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I have no doubt. No doubt in my mind at all. Hey, that new display screen's looking great, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
That looking hot, man. I'm learning.
yeah.
I'm learning.
Upping that game a little bit over
Upping
here.
it up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It only took 70 episodes, but we got it.
Well, I had to buy a
getting
new
there.
computer, remember? And when you're only getting like $1 per episode,
That's
Takes a bit.
takes a little bit, yeah.
700, so you
Can
got a
we
60.
can we still do the oh my gosh, can we still do those
Super chats,
super chats?
they're on, just nobody does them. And the Twitch
And the
is
Twitch
the
here,
Twitch. We
can we
need
do that?
subscribers. Subscribers pay monthly.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Fancy pants.
yeah,
That's pretty fancy pants. It is.
that is.
So, little jump around here. Let's just see. I got a little bit of development progress to show y'all.
Sure. What do you got? You got some news for us? We're here. We're open to that. We
I'll
haven't
just
synced
show,
up in a while.
Show a couple of maps Nick's been
Oh.
working on in the background
Okay.
here.
Okay.
So this is the helmet map, and I can attest to the fact that it looks exactly like the helmet.
Let me pull that up real quick. Sorry, bud. I gotta put that in. I gotta put that in the share screen here so we can see. Everybody can see that because this works a little bit a different way. But now your screen
my
is.
bad.
No, you're fine. But now your screen will be shared,
Okay,
and we're
Well,
gonna move to
this-
that right now, and we're gonna do that.
cool. Well, this is what the helmet map looks like. Just a small little screenshot snapshot of it. But like I said, I can attest that it does look exactly like that.
What
And
what place is that now?
so this is Helmand. It's a province in Afghanistan,
Gotcha.
in southern Afghanistan. One of the big drug capitals of the world, so to speak.
Poppy
Opium,
fields.
lots of opium, lots of
They
poppies.
make it
Yeah,
there? Shit.
lots of poppies, man.
They grow it there?
And so when Nick
Ooh,
builds these
darn.
maps, they're actually geo-rectified and laid over the top of the terrain to get as much realism as you can. Obviously, trees and stuff like that, not so
Yeah.
much. But
Sure.
as far as the terrain itself goes, that's what it looks like. And sometimes it just makes a hair stand up on the back of your neck when you see these things.
Yeah.
Really?
Look at
Yeah,
that makes
Sean.
my hair stand up. That makes a
Good
couple
looking
other
out.
things stand up for me.
Who's this dapper
Oh
young
my
guy?
God, Armando.
And so the funny thing is, man, when you start to look at some of these characters, these were kind of the initial builds before we started implementing all the new technology.
Look at
And it's like, that's kind of cool, but that kid there doesn't look like he belongs in a video game.
I mean, it does look like Lucas, though. That's for sure.
It does. And then, of course, developers got a sense of humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get these
Sean
kind of
X.
things, right? Yeah.
Oh,
and
look at this guy.
Yeah,
He's
the
ready to go
Axeman.
for the. He's ready for the club.
I'm ready for the brawny paper towel advertisement.
Brawny.
That's what that is, right?
Brawny.
And so as you scroll through, you start to see these things get a little better.
Yeah, that's
So,
definitely Lucas right there.
As you look at, initial
Old
the initial
Lucas.
rendering of Lucas, and then you look at the
Yeah.
Rockstar version of Lucas.
Trigger
It's
finger.
actually pretty cool, man.
Yeah, with the grunt style
I love
shirt.
that shirt.
Yeah, a little shout out to Grunt Style there.
That's
that.
cool.
But
Yeah, it
you
looks-
start looking at you really look at the detail of what's possible here with these with the character creator. It's just like, dude, really?
Yeah, it looks incredible.
Yeah, it is absolutely incredible, man.
The reflection right in his right out of his pupils, man. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the lighting, it's the gear,
wild.
it's the poses, it's the this is Brian Halstead. This will be Rick Lamb. Some of these are a little smaller than others.
Sure, yeah.
And so this is so Rick was actually one of my leaders when I was in the military,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
and that dude is he's a legend, man. But
Certified
he
badass,
is
huh?
hard as Chinese arithmetic. He is, man. He really is.
I bet.
Again, Nick's got sense of humor, so
Oh, yeah.
these are the kind of
I mean, I can see that as
I think
you.
you've got-
A couple pounds lighter, probably, right? Maybe a couple years.
yeah. Well, hey, bro, that's the beauty of being the creator, right?
That's right.
and then here's Nick's sense of humor. coming
Yeah,
out.
sexy time.
Look at that.
Is that the OnlyFans subscription
Yeah.
exclusive?
mhm.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You said the naughty words. You said the naughty words.
I'll stop sharing those now.
That's
but-
okay. No, that was cool. That's,
Yeah,
I mean,
so that and the character dev continues, man. Daily I'm getting people. I'm still looking for people, man. Honestly, I'm looking for a few of our, NavSpec Warcom brethren. I'm looking for some AppSoc guys. So Air Force dudes, Navy dudes, Marines, Marsoc dudes.
get in
Anyway,
touch.
You get in touch with us. Just jump into withthem.co or withthem.vet, either one. Sign up, shoot us a quick note, sales@war-system.com, and I'll respond to you. We'll get linked up. We'll talk through your story. I'll gather the necessary information. We actually have a form you can fill out. You can start to tell us your story. And as the game build progresses, initially we got some pretty cool features on the website whereby you can coordinate gameplay. So if you want to do a pickup game, you swing by the site, you're like, hey man, I wonder who's playing. Let me get a pickup game. Boom, you jump in. We love the rivalry that we can create between services, because that's how we actually start to reconnect with each other again.
Sure.
And then the war stories start, right? They always start out, no shit, there it was. And we'd love to be able to capture those, man. The funny ones, the cool ones, we can broadcast it across channels, but really it's about linking back up with the Brotherhood. It's a lot about, talking about our issues with who actually gets it, and really just sharing. And at some point in there, those conversations turn, left or right. Hey man, we're linked up with a lot of people now. We can direct you to resources. whether it's in the commercial sector or whether it's in the VA, to help you get through whatever you're with. But for God's sake, don't feel like you're alone. Jump on, say hello. When this thing's ready to rock and roll, and I think we should be able to come out with some alpha play here in a couple months, and we'll select audiences. If you're interested in being part of that alpha or beta test, please contact us. We'd love for the guys from Regiment, GG, to jump in with us. That gaming community, anybody who's affiliated with the military, even if you're not affiliated and you're just curious, you think it's cool, man, we'd love to have you.
That's
so
sure.
Come jump on. We got thick skin. You can tell us, hey man, his hand looks a little wonky in this. That's what we want. We want this thing to be good. We want, and it will be good. It's just a matter of getting it right from the beginning. And so our Indiegogo campaign is still on. It's out there running. Come over, drop a couple bucks on us, man. Save your Starbucks money for the day and come dump it in there. Some pretty cool swag that you can get out of the deal. You get a copy of the game for about the $20 entry level. If you want to go dump 25 grand in there, you can come see me and I'll take you out to the range for the day and we'll eat some steak and drink a little bourbon and hang out and tell each other lies if you'd really like to. So yeah, we're out there. We're available. Come see us.
Awesome.
That is, you know what? How about we play a little bit with them for them? How about that?
Sure.
A little explainer for you guys, just so you guys could check it out. Maybe, that's what we're
video?
here for. Yeah, let's hit that.
You got the video.
You will feel fatigue. You will feel fear. You will feel happiness. You will feel regret. You will feel sadness. At the end of the day, you will continue to breathe. Fight. Gonna go.
And that is coming soon. That's kind of what we're working on here around the old ore
Very cool.
store, the old ore store.
Cool stuff.
It's I don't know if we've actually shared the whole vision for that game. This is going to be a long development cycle for
Yeah.
us. We want to be out with the initial first-person shooter game, in the fall. We feel like the audience we're trying to reach is somewhere between 18 and 42. I'm on the high end of that. I'll just put it to you like that. But we want this thing to be fun to play. We want people to come play the game just because it's the game and we're using real people and we're using real situations with the campaign mode. Eventually, that'll transition into something that we think is going to be a potential therapeutic, potentially an early intervention modality, as maybe the right word for PTSD, anxiety, some of those other conditions that exist within our community. We'd love to be able to do that. And that takes development. That takes a little bit of time, but that integration cycle and the milestones we've set in for the project kind of lay that out in a pretty, methodical fashion as it goes along the way. We're going to take this thing into the scientific community. We'd really love to have a database of this anonymous information out there where people can start to build therapeutics, whether it's light sound therapeutics. Maybe it's something as simple as, a tinnitus generator in your headphones. I know a lot of people, musicians, especially suffer from tinnitus. So it's, these things aren't exclusive problems to the military. I think we know that. PTS exists in all kinds of, walks of life, man. So it's not, just for the military, but we kind of go with what we know on this one, man.
It starts off that way, and it's definitely got other uses,
Yeah, and we hope, that the game on the front end of this can kind of be interchanged.
Sure.
So the back end will remain the same, a mental health tool that could be used broadly. Maybe the game turns into something, or as we go through our game cycle, we want to keep telling stories, but it could definitely be maximized in a different game, like maybe a Grand Theft Auto style game or something gets put on the front end of this thing. The end result is the same. We get a more diverse audience that, again, helps contribute to finding early interventions and potential, therapeutic type modalities in the background. So we got some pretty high hopes, man. It's a big elephant to eat, but just one bite at a time.
It's a big undertaking. It's a big game. Especially, he wants to do campaigns too. Those get, that's a lot of work.
Well, and I think we got the right crew, man. Got Devin Reeve out there in Hollywood who's spent some time, doing films and acting, and he understands kind of the creative process and what it takes to be able to put these stories, really these playable documentaries, is kind of what we're going for in this game. To really get gritty and show people, it'd be really cool to hear the story, like a 30-second clip of the story from the guy that you're playing, and then go play that character. Kind of walk in his boots. That's really what we're after with this whole thing. So, man, I'm excited. I think it's going to be cool. I really do.
I don't see why. I mean,
I don't think
awesome.
I'm actually going to be in the game, unless I'm easy kill Sean or something like that.
I mean, why not? You could put EKE in there.
Yeah, nobody's going
to. Was the last time we had a good EKE in there?
Right.
So tell me, last week, remember we talked a little bit about AI, man?
Yeah.
I want to go down that road just a little bit again.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Disturbing this week.
It's disturbing.
The more I see of it, maybe it's too many movies, tinfoil hats or whatever, but it's like, man, when you got the creators of this stuff out there going, I'm kind of scared of what I'm building.
That was what scared me the most, is when you have, like you said, you've got the creator that's sending out some warning signals. That's those are some red flags if I've ever seen them.
That's pretty scary.
Yeah.
Armando, have you used AI this week?
I'm not going to say that I have not. Maybe in.
Armando likes to use it for his emails.
When I want to make it sound more professional and I don't want to have to think about it, I rather just type in, write me an email, blah 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 to change. Write me an email to discuss potential changes of scope and the issues and whatever, and I'm like, yeah, that'll do. That'll do. So,
have you guys played with the app yet? That's Nick's building.
I haven't. No, I have not.
I have. Yeah, actually, great segue. We're building an AI.
I've played with it. It's pretty cool.
Yep, it'll be out soon. WP-OpenAI. Yeah, well, honestly, man, it's really cool. It's one of those things. If you're a blog writer and you're, there's a lot of struggles with art, especially copyrights, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't think these problems are solved yet with AI. Whose work is that? Is it yours? Do you own it because you typed in the string of words that created it? And if somebody else types in that exact string of words, it's going to recreate something different.
Right.
But eventually, that thing is going to learn and it's going to create the same image. So is it the first one that did it that owns it? Or what? Until then, these apps like these things are really nice shortcuts for bloggers. So you don't have to sign up for an account to get, this commercial piece used here and whatever. That's a big industry.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it opens up creatives to a lot of people who may not otherwise have done something like that. Songwriters, Eric.
No, I know that's the thing that that's one of the things that's scary. I mean, my Jimmy and I were just, he's been showing me that AI rabbit hole, and it goes even deeper than we'll ever realize. Our drummer, we were talking about this, where he said, yeah, there's some, again, there's an AI for kind of developing a music video. Obviously, I don't know if your image would be in it, but he's like, it's just, he's like, yeah, it's real easy to use, and you put this and that, and this, it's a lot of it's just, imagery, different colors, moving around or whatever, things like that, animation. But I've seen a little bit of it, and it's freaky, and it's accurate based on what you tell it, and it's, I don't know, at what point it's like, oh, are we not going to need artists anymore and just have AI?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people out there questioning that right now, man. Employers themselves are like, hey, dude, I used to need a help desk, dude. Now I have a AI chatbot.
Yeah. And it's accurate, fairly accurate.
As long as you train it, and it how long then till AI and robotics replace workers on an assembly line?
Right, exactly. That's what we're all worried about.
They've talked about that for years. And is there going to be a cap on the amount of robotics and AI that you can use? How about surgery?
Who polices the AI too? I mean, when does it become a point where the AI is so prevalent that even if the AI is not telling the truth, it's seen as truth? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, who polices what the AI is even saying? I mean, that's just really creepy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of those things. The more times you repeat it, the more true it becomes, at least in your own mind.
Yeah. True.
It might be a complete falsity, but if 10 people hear it, it's like, maybe there's some truth. If 10 million people hear it, and they start to regurgitate it and don't spin it their own way, a complete lie. Hey, you know what? The sky is blue because God loves the infantry. That's a fact.
Yeah.
And it's like you keep saying that, and the next thing you know, you got people walking around going, "Sky's blue because God loves the infantry." It's one of those things, man.
Who polices it though? Like so the creators have to somehow police it, I guess.
Do they?
I mean,
I was just gonna say, dude. I mean,
and then that really comes into that free speech argument, doesn't it? Right? What is that now? There's things you can say anything you want, but I think society has dictated kind of what we should and shouldn't do.
Sure.
Based on a set of values.
Sure.
Right? Whatever your values. And so it's like, now you're gonna let a machine decide what's right and wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, dude.
No, it's not.
And then that, like we talked about last time, Jimmy, when that thing starts to be, we love to apply human characteristics to machines.
Sure,
anyway.
we try. Yeah.
Oh, it said, they didn't say anything, dude.
Right.
Yeah, you programmed it to.
Right. It regurgitated something based on input.
Right.
Computers have to have input to have output.
Feeding back.
It didn't have an idea.
There's no ideation, but when it becomes sentient, is that a thing?
Can it become sentient though? What does the word sentience mean in this respect? You know what I mean? Like,
does it have a soul?
Does it? I mean, but see, that depends on what you believe. You know what I mean? Sentience is science. Soul is not.
Right.
So it's like, so what is? I mean, sentient, I would assume, means that your brain works where you can develop your own ideas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're at the cusp of that one. But
like knowing, like when a human being decides to like murder somebody, there's emotions involved. There's other things involved besides just pure malice. Usually, you know what I mean? And when the AI that murders us all, it's not going to murder. It's going to murder us for strictly scientific reasons. Like, you guys are like a plague, and it's time to go.
You're a threat. You're a threat to yourself, so you must be eliminated.
Yes.
doesn't it sound very movie-esque? when
It
you even
does.
just say it out loud.
But
man,
how
it's
many
like-
movies that we've seen that a lot of the stuff that's like we just talked about last week with the Star Trek
Yeah.
communicators and
Yep.
everything seems to come to pass eventually. You know what I mean?
Well, they had iPads in 2001. A Space
Exactly.
Odyssey.
So-
That came out in '68.
I mean, it's hard not to relate it to movies because so much of what we've seen in movies has come to pass. You know what I mean?
Maybe Area 51 is actually Hollywood.
we don't know. We don't know.
Maybe that was just created for us to focus on that instead of focusing on other shit that's important. You know what I mean?
Hey, look over here.
All right, there's an alien right among you. Probably your child is probably an alien.
I believe it was Mark Twain that said, "Oftentimes truth is stranger than fiction."
Hell yeah, it is.
You don't know, man, and that's why I tell people like when we get in the, and again, I'll keep it light, but me and with Jimmy, we were talking about this last night, like conspiracy theorists, and it's like it's not all wrong. It's
not all wrong.
Gotta be some of it there's some hints of truth, maybe not in the
I don't.
imaginary romanticized way you want to think
Or
about
the
it.
extremist MAGA way where people are like saying there's kids being raped in pizza joints. You know what I mean? Like, come on, that's just stupid. You know what I mean? But there's
That's
definitely
getting a little
there
crazy.
are definitely conspiracies that we know are definitely out there.
And I think normal, and I say normal people like that's a thing now.
Yeah, what is that anymore?
I would define normal as a person who thinks logically. and
Yes.
is basically just kind of middle of the road.
Sure,
Let live and let live. do what
Sure.
you do. That's what that in my world. That's
me.
Right.
That's me.
And so I think most people generally agree on what it is to be a good human.
Sure.
Right.
That's a pretty simple thing. It's really non-abrasive to people.
There's a way to gauge it. There's a way to
But
measure
these
that, I think.
these AI conversations like we're having now and kind of like we had last week, they go really deep and they go really quick, right? So the minute you say soul, then there's a dividing line,
Yeah.
right? Now it becomes a religious connotation, not a scientific one.
Sure.
The minute you say alive, that sparks. We can't even decide when an embryo is alive or
Right,
when
right.
cells become, and so it goes right to that.
Right.
And really because our country I think is so polarized right now, when you poke somebody right there, they just take sides.
Right. Sure.
If we stop doing that so much, we'd be a lot better off.
Yeah, it's a lot of button pushers these days.
on every side.
On
of the
every
aisle.
side, absolutely, dude.
It is,
Pushing
man.
buttons. And you know what? Conflict is good for a lot of times for sales. Look at the companies, the corporations' bottom lines are bigger than ever. So conflict is good for them. It really is.
War's big business. I think we've always known that.
Big business thrives on conflict.
Nothing revs up industry.
That's right.
It's just it is what it is, man.
It is.
As these conversations permeate into the public, people who are not even technologically inclined know what AI is.
That's
I mean, and I kind of use my folks on that one, my side, because not big tech dudes and dudettes, you know what I'm saying? And so when I talk to people about it, they're like, what are you talking about? Like, get out of your phone. but they know, and they're scared, but I think they get their source of information from wherever they might get it.
right.
And that source of information is inherently biased, like most sources are.
Every
So
place
it's
is
like-
wrong.
and then it's it becomes just what we talked about. The more times you repeat it, the truer it becomes.
Right.
in your own mind.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
so I am excited and horrified about AI in the same
Yeah.
In that same
Yep.
instance, yeah.
instance. Part of me really wants to just break everything with a battery and go someplace quiet where the only thing I have
By
to
your
worry
own
about
island.
is where I fit on the food chain.
Yeah, live in the woods.
Yeah.
And it does. A lot of times that sounds so appealing. I'm not I'm a city boy through and through, but man, I can't even imagine how many times like, damn, I just want to go live in the woods.
Yeah. There's something simple about it. It's fun when you when you're out of town somewhere and you don't have phone signal, and it's actually a relief for a minute.
Yeah,
Me and
I always
Jimmy
figure it's a
can
nice
play
place to visit. Yeah, Dan's got uncle's got a cabin up in the Upper Peninsula. That's getting away. You're really in the middle of nowhere,
And when I leave the city, and San Antonio is a decent sized city. It's
Sure. Oh yeah.
not, Chicago or Houston or
No,
Dallas.
but it's definitely metropolitan area. Yeah.
It's way more than I need for sure. But sometimes I'll go home, up to my little hometown up there, and it's like, I don't know, I can just breathe.
Yep.
When you land, it's like the heart rate slows down, and all of a sudden people are friendly, and it's, I don't know, it's different, man. It, some people thrive on the city. The one thing I notice is the hum. I don't know if you guys ever notice that when you go up to the peninsula or whatever, there's no hum.
Oh no, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. The electric
you
grid.
have
That's what that is. The electric grid you hear.
I mean, it's the city. It's the constant din of the ambulances and the
Sure.
cars and
Traffic, everything.
and the traffic and the electric. It's just a constant hum that I think we don't really perceive that frequency until we get out into the wild where there isn't it.
Right,
And it's like totally quiet.
It almost sounds like you have like your fingers in your ears because it's so damn quiet. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's beautiful.
And then I can actually hear that tinnitus.
Yeah, then I can hear my tinnitus for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, the AI discussion. I know we beat it to death, but I think
It's cool. It is really right now. It's
got
got to be discussed. It has to be discussed right now throughout the world with world leaders because people are getting scared. The people that create it are already scared of it.
Well, we're talking regulation now, right? That's the first thing, right? And anytime there's fear involved, then regulation becomes part of that conversation.
Sure.
How do we regulate it? I haven't got bloody clue.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The regulation meaning like who polices the AI to make sure the AI is consistently telling facts.
How do we know that the
Right.
police is an AI policing itself?
Right.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
And then it becomes self-aware. Maybe AI is what destroys AI. I mean, I don't know.
That's true.
Again, it sounds very movie-esque,
Right?
man.
Actually, it could. Right?
Yeah.
If AI was built to protect mankind, maybe AI will figure out, oh crap, I suck.
Maybe it'll figure out mankind sucks.
Well,
that's what we're
it
all
already
fearing.
knows that.
Yeah.
Hey, just put in the 3 laws that RoboCop had, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, right.
Done.
Prime directive.
That's it.
What were those, man?
Serve the public trust,
Uphold the
protect
public
innocent,
trust,
protect the innocent,
Protect
uphold the law.
Uphold the law.
Yep.
Serve the
That's
public
it.
trust, protect the innocent, uphold the law.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much their job.
Yeah. RoboCop.
I
RoboCop.
might watch that one tonight.
There's actually
Sure, he shot the woman and killed the guy, but still.
Did you watch the remake?
Yeah, it was okay.
It was okay.
There was which remake? There were a couple, right?
No, there was
Well, there
one
was-
official remake that had
Yeah.
that.
There was 2
Rick
sequels.
Flag,
I
dude.
believe. Second one was great. I enjoyed that one.
Second, I like the second one better than the first.
I like them
No
both,
way. The
actually.
first one is the best.
The best, yeah.
I mean, the first one was good because he was. I think that was the actually
first
that was
one's the best.
The movie I've ever seen.
Because Clarence Boddicker, Red Foreman.
Guns.
Oh, Red.
He goes with the
right.
wine.
Yeah.
Did you see when he? Did you see the movie mistake when he tapped on the car? The rear view mirror fell.
No,
I didn't see that one.
Oh, yeah. When
The 6000 SUX.
He stole.
Yep.
Yeah, They stole the car, and he was like, "Come on, let's go!" And he hits the top of the car, like, "Come on!" And then the rear view mirror falls out.
I'd buy that for $1.
I'd buy it.
I love RoboCop. That was a good one.
That was.
I love Nancy Allen.
So yeah, maybe those are the kind of movies I hope for because as somebody with a bum leg and I really don't want to feel this pain for the rest of my life, I really wish you could cut it off and give me a damn RoboCop leg
All right. So what's funny is
with the gun in the leg,
when he was
with the gun in the leg.
getting his ankle fixed, I said, "Hey man, you should see if they can get add a little something extra, man. Have like a gun come out of your thigh, man. Like RoboCop, that'd be cool, packing heat."
Yeah, because I mean. It wouldn't. I mean, that would be an ultimate concealed carry. It'd be inside of me.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna watch RoboCop tonight, man. I got Blade Runner on my list.
I'm gonna listen to this Orforge rap here, man. This rap is really cool, man. We're gonna check this rap out. Here we go. Ready?
Bust it out.
What does CBGB stand for?
Country Bluegrass Blues.
We have a band.
You're gonna want to crank it.
Not very country.
This club's gonna be different.
This band is Talking Heads.
We're the Ramones.
We're the Jet Boys.
Patti Smith Group. Lou Reed. I can't sleep on a mattress when bands are getting signed right and left. These kids have something to say. We really should listen.
Yo, system. Sorry about the glitching. I don't know why that every once in a while I play something and it'll just freeze up and then catch up real fast. I got,
yeah, remember the?
I got a lot running. That's probably why.
I was during the break we were talking a little bit about RoboCop.
Oh yeah.
And it's the 3 directives, right? But then movie mistakes came on. Do you guys remember the
4th directive?
Remember they had like the tracker system on them?
Yeah.
And the one scene was actually a screen, but they didn't have it back in the 80s. That was actually mobile, like you could see it moving. But then in another scene, it was just a red dot. I don't know if you guys remember that.
No.
That was,
I don't.
That was a good one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I thought you were a RoboCop fan.
I am a RoboCop fan, but I don't know what the hell they're talking about there.
Jimmy, I think you should play RoboCop in the number 3, man. You'd be a good RoboCop, bro.
Yeah, you would.
I think so too.
Protect and defend.
Fat RoboCop.
Yeah, right. Instead of a gun,
I mean, it would be more realistic.
instead of a gun coming out of his side, it could be a pack of cigarettes and his lighter.
Be like RoboCop. Life happens.
Yeah. Hey man, robots gotta eat too, right?
Hey, I just give a quick shout out to everybody watching us over there on Twitch. Appreciate y'all joining us.
Yeah,
tonight.
Twitch.
Really just cracking up. We're talking a lot about AI tonight and some open, pretty open topic. When you mentioned earlier, man, like integration of weapons into prosthetics, my brain went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Because in our military audience out there, unfortunately, some gave parts of their body in these foreign countries.
Sure
and left
did.
them over there, and I'm amazed. The military, if not good for absolutely anything else, God bless science. It advances science like you cannot.
Absolutely.
Believe. And when you look at the leaps and bounds that have been made in prosthetics over the past 25 years,
You can thank the military.
yeah, a lot. Well, it seems morbid to say that, man, but you're 100% right. It's one of those things that people don't care about until it affects them,
Right.
And so now you see the ability to, I don't know if you see my hand, but the very simple thing that we take for granted of the ability to touch each of our fingertips.
Oh, yeah.
And have tactile pressure sensors in there. The amount of PSI that's squeezed, the ability to translate that brain signal into a moving hand.
Sure.
All that's been made possible now.
It's insane.
And God bless all you guys and gals out there, who left part of yourself, so to speak, in these foreign countries. All the best to you. We love you to death. I got several friends, that are in that boat too, man. Some of the most resilient individuals I have ever known in my life.
Yeah.
Oftentimes I catch myself with an attitude.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we take it for granted. Take it for granted for sure.
I'm like, dude, really? You got an attitude right now? It could be so much worse.
It could be. I try to tell myself that all the time.
Yeah, you just gotta stay positive. It's hard to stay positive nowadays. All the stuff going on, and I think we get so wrapped up into it sometimes. It's just like
a lot of discourse going on right now.
Yeah. Yep. We're a country built on discourse, bro.
That's true, my friend. That is true.
That's our foundation.
That's our foundation. Is fighting. It really is. I mean,
it is. And I think I say this jokingly to people. I was like, violence isn't an answer. It might not be the answer, but it is an answer.
It is an answer.
And it's always kind of been an answer if you really look at history.
Yeah.
I don't prefer that.
No, nobody really wants it
anymore. But
Everybody
it's
prefer
like,
to not live like that, for sure.
I think nowadays, man, resilience is, it seems like it's just a word to people. But I had a conversation today with the new executive director over at the Green Beret Foundation, and he was just kind of sharing some stories with me. His family, he's not a military guy, but his family all served World War II. Uncles, aunts, grandpas, grandmas, all that stuff. And he was talking. He was talking about the resilience of that generation, right? Those kids grew up in the 30s, in the Depression.
Sure.
Then they sent them to war till the war was done.
Sure.
Either you survived and came back, or you didn't, and
All
that
right.
was it. So when they come back to America, the land of milk and honey, and the Depression is now over, it's like they went straight to work. There wasn't any warm down. There wasn't any mental health counseling. I'm sure there may have been some. I wasn't alive then, but when you think about the amount of resources that we have available today, the fact that they're underutilized, we owe it to people to use the resources.
Absolutely, it's there.
I really do. I see it that way. And so those cats had nothing. You know what they did? They made biker gangs.
Yeah.
and you know why they did that? To reconnect with their tribe, dude.
Yep.
That's the original Hells Angels, came from a bunch of World War II guys who said, was it World War II? I might have my history wrong there.
Sure.
Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
It's a post-war creation, because I think people just miss that tribe. They miss that constant support, that ability to depend on each other for literally everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're doing. We're doing that same thing right now, man. That's what our little game is about, right? About reconnecting, building a tribe, gathering support from each other. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
sorry,
as much
I wax a little.
No, you guys are great. Just like you guys.
I just see a tear.
You guys are my tribe.
See a tear roll out of that cheek.
Absolutely.
I ain't too proud to cry, man. I'll be honest with you. I used to be.
No, it's not worth it. Might as well just do it. Oh, absolutely. Me too. I'm a softie. I'm a softie. But it's,
I see you out there hammering on that bass, dude. I know you're not a softie.
No, I mean, trust me. If something bothers me, you'll know it.
You mean like?
Oh, you mean for me it's up here.
Oh, for me it's.
This guy right over here.
Whatever. All right, I get it. Party hard.
He just now got it.
I wasn't saying anything about.
Man, but you guys have been friends for what, 30 years?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, that is so rare today. It is, man.
Jimmy wouldn't know what to do without me, man. I'm just saying. He'd be bored.
Well, here it comes. Go on. We should just spark a fight with these guys.
Bill.
Just watch them talk.
We can talk Star Wars again, Armando. I mean, we can fire that one up.
No, because I do think
See what
that
they're doing, Jimmy.
Eric thinks Jimmy is an idiot for not believing in Revenge of the Jedi. But I mean, that's what Eric told me offline. But I'm just. I didn't want Jimmy to know, but I might as well.
Eric, how you feeling today, man? After our long ass night in the studio.
I'm all right. Did you get some sleep? Yeah, we were.
I mean, I went to the pool hall and had some drinks till like 4 a.m.
Yeah. I was all right, man.
I was waking up at 4 a.m.
Oh man, my schedule is completely on the opposite of you guys, man.
Hey man, tell me about this record you guys are making, dude. What's going on there?
This is the band me and Eric have been in since for like 30 years now. The band started 30 years ago. We never really broke up. People come, people go. We record something, don't put it out.
Yeah.
Is that gonna change this time?
It is changing this time.
It's already done. Yeah, it's finished.
And we put a lot of money into this one, so
Publisher?
we're gonna take it very seriously. What's that now?
Is it self-published?
I mean, we're gonna look for a label.
You have one.
What's the band? What's the
we
band
do?
called? How do we not know the
We
name of the
do.
band?
Or Cisco.
Is that a label? What's a label?
We can make it one.
Yeah, right.
Hey, bro.
We plan on putting NFTs up too. I mean.
Well, talk about digital rights management, right? So you guys know a lot more about this than I do, but
really?
we played that game for a short while here. I think that's something we should actually explore. I mean, why not, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's all kind of new to me too. I'm old school, the system is changing,
Right. Well, the digital rights management model, I think, has to change. It has to change with the current times. And I know record companies don't want to hear that, but I don't think we need to make enemies of record companies. We just need to teach them how to be a little more fair with that royalty split, man.
Yeah.
And I think the blockchain makes a lot of that possible. If we choose to work together to make it work, it's a lot better than if it's adversarial.
Right.
You need what record companies have. You need the ability to get to a large audience,
Marketing, yeah.
to market it, to get it out in front of playlists and Spotify,
magazines,
whatever. Yeah, absolutely. You need that PR, you need that marketing, and you need that.
Costs money too. Yeah, it costs money to do all that. Yeah.
It does cost money, and they front that money, and for that they should be able to take part of the profit. But I think, again, I don't know much about this, so I'm just kind of talking out my hind end here. But I think there is an unfair balance between artists and record companies.
100%.
And I think the blockchain actually, helps to rectify a lot of that problem, because that smart contract administers it. Man, you get paid, boom. It ain't like the old days anymore, where you sell a record and that's it. The royalty's gone. It's like reuse, new royalty. I think it's a very interesting proposition and something we should, explore with your guys' music. I'd love to have some of your new music in the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily video game music, but me and Eric are definitely going to write some stuff for sure for the game. We have ideas still up to wazoo from Osiris that we never really used.
Yep.
So I mean,
that'd be cool, man.
I mean, it doesn't have to be insane music, just background music while you're battling it out, but.
Yep. I can play a what's that thing called? The jug.
You're laughing, Sean, but you know what? There's a lot of little neat tricks that you'd be shocked. You could take a comb and just blow through and mix it and add some reverb and some delay and some really weird, bizarre stuff. You never know, man.
My old drum set still sits in the house. I go bang on it now and again.
Why not?
There you go.
I wasn't a terrible drummer back in the day.
Okay.
Dude, I'll jam with you anytime you were. And hey, by the way, we were talking about sticks, Mr. Roboto. Jimmy actually sings. I say sing. It's a vocoder kind of vocal that he uses on one of our songs. It's that robotic voice you were talking about. Jimmy does it.
He does a robot voice.
Yeah.
I saw
in the beginning.
Look at that picture.
Did I send you that meme the other day with that dog, the heavy metal singer with the dog?
I think you did. You did. That's fucking hilarious.
I was like, it made me laugh because they're just great big. I don't even know, a mastiff or something. He's like, whoa.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, dude, that's a lyric, bro.
Yeah, for sure. 124 on Twitch right now. Holy shit. Look at that picture behind Eric. That's me and Eric 25 years ago. You see it? You can get in front of it, Eric. Yeah, there you go. Now you can see it better. That's me and it.
You're rocking that Clark Gable.
Yeah, he totally looked like a Mexican pimp.
Trying, man. It's when I had hair. I had a full head of hair.
Back when I had my little chin strap beard. Look at what a dork I was. I was probably 23 there, about 23. Yeah, 25 years ago.
Misfits skull cap, that was your signature, man. That's how you knew Jimmy was coming from like a mile away. He had that Misfits, the skull cap. Do you have it still?
No. If I do, it smells like mayonnaise.
I like mayonnaise.
I do too, but it don't smell great.
Oh.
You mean Hellman's?
Hellman's.
Oh, that's awful.
Helmet means something.
So yeah, the band me and Eric are in is called Avernus. Avernus.
Okay, Avernus. Check it out.
What does Avernus mean?
Come on,
in Greek mythology, it was the pathway to hell.
Jeez.
So there's a lake of Avernus in Greece. It's a crater hit, and they say that's the crater the meteor hit and dug a pathway to hell.
I got a lot of pictures I can share. I gotta find them all, but yeah, me and Jimmy have been doing this a long time.
So the album's finished? Is that what you're telling me?
It's got to master it now. It's just sonic fine tuning, basically.
Tell me how to do that, man. I don't understand.
I don't understand mastering either. That's why I pay. That's why I pay somebody to do it, because basically it's basically you take the mix. Well, the mix is, the mix, when you mix it, that's where you get all your levels right. Oh, this guitar needs to be a little louder. You know what I mean? Blah blah blah, and you get the tones. You know what I mean? Make sure everything sounds beefy. Put the reverb on the vocals. Blah blah blah, and then you send that to mastering. When mastering finalizes it all, just finalizes it, brings everything up, every song up to the same level. Do you know what I mean? Puts like it puts a sheen on it. It's hard to explain, but you hear on master to master, you notice a difference.
Yep.
If you're an audiophile, I don't know if I could pick up.
You would notice it if I played you a song unmastered and then immediately played you. You'd be like, "Oh, I can hear the difference in the audio for sure."
I can't hear shit, so I don't know. If you get that frequency, right? All I hear is tinnitus.
Yeah,
yeah. I hear a constant guitar solo.
That's why I can't sleep without the TV on, because if I don't sleep with the TV on, all I hear is wee.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the last time Jimmy and I shared a hotel, which wasn't too long, it was when we were with Nick. I woke up to shut the TV off. Jimmy woke up. What are you doing? What are you doing, man? What? TV's on, man. I'm trying to go to bed. He's like, turn it on. I can't sleep.
I can't sleep on it all,
man.
My brain just races. I start thinking about everything. I start putting problems together in my head, solutions, and then I'm just sitting there laying there going,
So when the one thing I always wondered about, man, when you're in the audience and you hear somebody playing live and you're in front of the speaker, you get that full blast. You know what I mean? Do you guys get that on stage too?
Yeah, that's why we have the amps behind us.
You get that full blast.
Yeah, I want to do like some bands these days. They just plug right into the PA, so they don't even have that full blast, and they probably have a little monitors in their ears. But I like to feel that bass behind me, like hitting me in the back. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I always wondered about that. Nowadays the newer guys, it seems like headphones plugged in, and I don't know if those are earplugs or actually.
No, they're monitors. Yeah.
Monitors, yeah.
Look at Armando's got the Avernus album cover. We did that album in 1997.
Yeah. The story with that album cover, that was when we played First Avenue, which was the club in Minnesota, owned by Prince. That was a mural on the wall. Yeah, right. They'd make a PG-13 there, Armando. And that was a mural that was on the wall, and I think our drummer took a picture of it. And First Avenue, though, because I love Purple Rain, the film, and we got to play that club. It was super, super. I was excited to do it. The club was a lot smaller than I thought. In the film, it looks huge. It looks really big. It's actually not quite as big as you think.
First Avenue was big. What are you talking about?
It's big, but I thought in the movie it was bigger. I just thought it was this whole giant place. But yeah, pretty cool. And speaking of CBGBs, Jimmy played there.
I did.
Whoa!
The year it closed.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
The year it closed, probably a couple months before it closed down.
That is one place I wish I could have played, man. But Jimmy did it.
I did. It's a fucking. It was a shithole. Sorry, but yeah.
But one of the things I heard somebody say.
It had some history.
There was stuff growing in the bathroom.
Oh, for sure. It had history, though.
It was mold, or it was just some kind of weird growth coming from the earth.
Sure it was.
I don't know, dude. Again, I'm a small town kid, so I think the first concert I ever heard was like Alabama in 1989 or something. But they are. But when I imagine the Chicago music scene in my mind, that's like a dark bar, big enough to hold about 1,500 people, stage. I don't know. That's what I see in my brain. Is that accurate or?
Well,
the
like
venues you guys play.
If you're like the Metro is like that, Metro Theater.
It's like 1,500.
Yep, both Jimmy and I played that one. Different bands, and it's a famous theater. Every band's been through there. It's dark when you go in there. Everything's painted black. The floors are worn. It's old, but it's got a charm to it. It's a beautiful theater.
Yeah.
Double Door, when that was open, that was beat up. That was, you walk on the floors and you almost felt like you were going to cave in. At least towards the end when it was.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool places in Chicago. I enjoy Chicago. I do. It's getting a little crazy on them streets late night, but that's why you got to stay strapped or get clapped.
Hey, man, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of times I wish I could trade with Lucas. I get on the horn with him, and I'm like, hey, what are you doing? He goes, I'm chopping up some wood, going to do some barn finds, man. Find some old
dude,
whatever, God knows what. And just that's the stuff I used to love doing as a kid, barn hunting. Found a couple old rusty rifles and some, I don't know, Indian arrowheads, things like that. Those are
I
my
gotta tell
favorite
you,
things to do.
I spent a little time with Lucas at his house recently, man, and that is just small town America. I love it, dude. He's
I mean,
he's
he's
got a
really in the middle of nowhere from what he was telling me. Like it's
uh, ish.
small town
It's
at least.
yeah. I mean, I don't know how big it is. It's maybe population. I don't know, 15, 1600 maybe. I could be wrong about that, but he's got just a nice little old house out there, man. It's freaking cool. Nice little land, got some cows running around the front yard from the neighbors, dogs, chickens, goats, got it all. I was just like, this is cool.
Hey man,
totally relaxing.
If
relaxing.
If it goes downhill, man, and Skynet ever makes that call, man, I'll be wishing I was with him on that farm, far away from a metropolitan area.
Not wrong, dude. Not wrong. Skynet scares me.
Lucas, I'm coming over, man. I'm coming with my kids. Please make sure the door is open. Help me.
The funny thing about that, electricity separates, civilization from savage. When you think about that, especially if you're in the north, you guys know you live, Chicago area, man. When you don't have electricity and it's cold, bro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? No
Yep.
second source of heat, no wood fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, get savage quick. Down here in the South, the power goes out in the summertime. Yeah, it's miserable. Whatever the case is, hey, you can survive. Whatever, you cook something on the grill outside, whatever. But when it's cold, that separates the men from the boys, so to speak, pretty quick.
Yeah. That was actually, speaking of, we're talking about films and TV shows that are starting to now mirror. That was a Twilight Zone episode, if you remember that one from back in the day when the comet knocks out the power from some small town and everyone starts to get a little uneasy. None of the power works. Cars don't start, and everyone's starting to turn on each other. That was a great episode. Like you said, man, separates the savages from being civilized.
Oh, it gets savage quick, man. I think there's a prepper in all of us, man. I know I got a little bit of dry food around the house.
Everybody's a prepper because everybody has their mortality first in mind, of course. I mean, that just goes without saying. That's every animal. You know what I mean? And especially with the volatility of everything going on, and you just never know what's going on. I'm sure I get it. Why some people go overboard. I get it. I get it. Why some people may go overboard. I guess I'm not a prepper, but I'd really feel bad if anybody broke in my house for them. I really would.
I can't say I've never entertained the idea of a bunker.
I mean, who hasn't? As kids, what did we do when we were kids? We built forts. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's just. I think it's just ingrained in a man's head. Like you want a bunker. You want someplace that nobody knows where it's at. You want someplace that's hidden, someplace that you can with a secret entrance. And
For us, it was always the tree fort, man.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, tree fort. Yeah. Always wanted a tree house. Yep.
And I see some of the elaborate stuff. Nowadays, man, there's like real tree houses, like a house.
The ones you could, yeah. Or what are they doing now? Where they repurpose the containers from?
Those are awesome.
When they haul.
Those houses are awesome, bro.
Yeah, they're cool. They're
they should make a bunch of those for like trying to do something for homeless people. Get them in those.
I don't know that that's a military thing or not, but I know I lived in some container housing overseas.
Okay.
It's just
probably where they
yeah.
got the idea from, for sure. I mean,
it's pretty cool actually, because they take the containers, like 40-foot containers, Sealand containers, stack them one on top of another, cut a hole, make a stairway.
Sure.
They section them off into rooms.
Cut windows. Cut windows in them.
Yeah, and put a little chew unit in there, like an air conditioner.
Mm-hmm.
And then they take floor to ceiling. They take that laminate flooring and they put it on the floor, walls, and ceiling.
Oh, gross!
Oh my god!
So it's like paneling in the.
It's like your aunt's 80s. Basement.
It's that 60s, 70s, 80s paneling stuff. You're like, ooh. But that is what it is, man.
Oh.
Looks like we're coming to the top of the hour here.
And we got 189 on Twitch, man. So it kind of sucks that to split with this many people in the room watching us.
Well, hey, man, big shout out to all of our Twitch watchers.
Yeah, Twitchers.
Thank you so much, man.
We're gonna figure out a way to get some of them Twitchers on with us, man.
They should be able to chat in the chat. But if a lot of these people are new and they just signed up, sometimes you have to be following for an hour before you can chat. You know what I mean?
And we know why.
Right. Because from spammers.
Before we cut it off, Sean, how can people get involved with them? How can they get?
With them, what you can do is you can go to our website at withthem.vet or withthem.co. Either one will take you there. You can sign up for our newsletter so you keep your updates going. You can interact with us on our Indiegogo campaign, which is still running. You can get there from our website withthem.vet. Or you can just drop us a line over here at Or System if you're interested in hearing more about it. Lots of stuff over on the YouTube channel. Jimmy's pointing at Eric.
I'm pointing at the Or System website here.
Or System website. Hey, check us out, man. We're available anytime. We're happy to talk to anybody. Love our veteran gamers out there. Big shout out to Regiment GG and all the guys. Hopefully they'll be following us and playing our game soon. If you got a story you want to tell, if you want to be a game character, let's have a chat. Might be able to make that happen for you. That's it.
Man,
That's it.
That hour went by fast.
It did because we were having a good time.
We were. Well, that's it, fellas.
Why can we wrap it up for sure? Let's do that. I got ribs waiting for me.
Yes, episode 70 in the books. We really do appreciate. Hey, we're on Twitch. We got some organic followers. We got some organic views. Love it.
Team Cobra
and
Kai.
you thought we were gone. Jeez.
Oh, the Big Bang. Oh boy.
Everybody hates us. Oh God.
The haters.
I gotta find some Miyagi-Do karate stuff for next week.
Miyagi-Do.
There we go.
Miyagi.
All right, guys. Well, again, to the billions and trillions that are watching us now, it's got to be quadrillions because now we're on Twitch. Jeez. Gosh. We're famous, guys. Everyone knows us.
Yeah, for sure.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Take care. Episode 71 next week.
See ya.
All right, take care. Gentlemen.
War is not just about physical tools, the memory scars. There was about physical battles. It takes a toll on the minds and souls of those who have been deployed to combat zones. The memories, the trauma, and the emotional scars can last a lifetime. But what if there was a way to start a conversation about mental health among military veterans who have gone through similar challenges? Introducing WithThem.co, a cutting-edge gaming project that pairs gameplay with IoT-enabled smart devices to collect data to help provide more detailed care. WithThem.co is an innovative project that combines gaming technology with mental health awareness. The game is designed for gamers and military veterans who have deployed to combat zones. By sharing stories of other veterans who go through similar challenges, WithThem.co hopes to start a dialogue about mental health. WithThem.co is not just a game, it is a platform for veterans to connect, to share their experiences, and to get the support they need. With the help of IoT-enabled smart devices, WithThem.co collects data to help provide more detailed care. WithThem.co is more than just a gaming project. It is a community of veterans, gamers, and mental health professionals who are working together to make a difference. Join the WithThem.co community today and be a part of the movement to raise awareness about mental health among military veterans. Together we can fight, and together we can heal.
Alzheimer's